When he's saying I'm not that guy, what he's referring to is I'm not that guy you can punk and disrespect and get away with it. All right, for real, this was probably one of the most entertaining segments in this show. Not because, the smoke was bright, but just because the arguments were interesting, and I've been waiting for someone to call out Tim on his BS, as you've seen I have done, and RA was really close. He was really, really, really close. But the problem was, it was like he had the point, but he didn't know how to argue it. And then him ended up escalating things until they popped off. Because he had 3 warnings. I'm going to show you in this video. He had 3 warnings, or technically 4, where he was told, bring it back. Bring it down. Stop. And Tim didn't want to stop, and then completely disrespected him to the point where he had no choice. And I think Tim didn't understand what he did. So I'm going to try to be as fair as I can to both sides, because I do think RA had some really bad points, but he had some pretty good ones on Tim, but he just couldn't articulate them properly. So I'm just gonna break down the part where it pops off, and then just bring up where RA had some good points, and then bring up where he sort of was being disrespectful to Tim, but then Tim escalated it, and then when RA tried to bring it back down, Tim continued to escalate to the point where RA basically did what he had to do. Okay? I actually don't blame him for having to jump up like that, and I'll explain why.
He has way more struggles, way more problems in the community due to systemic racism, which is real. And the military, the penitentiary system, and the militarized police, and all of that.
Okay, so everything RA said right there was correct, just to start off, and Tim does agree with him. To be fair,
I want to explain something in a little more detail that we were talking about in the show that I think didn't get fleshed out enough. So, and I'll preface it by saying I do not believe I face more discrimination than black people in this country.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is, one of the difficulties in my life is people who grow up in a white suburb. Everybody's white. I go there, I'm not white.
I don't believe that.
Well, so you're wrong, but let me explain.
I don't believe that. I think somebody might. You just said on the last show that like some people mistaked you for Mexican. That was
okay. So RA is, in my opinion, is more correct. I don't know what white suburb he went to where he was looking like that, and they thought he wasn't white. Now look, where my perspective is coming from, as I've told some in other videos, I was sent out of my neighborhood to go to school, so because I was getting trouble in my local school, so I got sent to a charter school out of my neighborhood, super rich white, like super wealthy, almost all white. I think there was like out of 2,500 students, probably 80 black kids, maybe less. It might have been closer to 50, but so in those suburbs, at least in LA where I was, him would have blended in just fine. I don't know which ones he's going to. It's sort of like if he was in like the hardcore white nationalist groups, yeah, they wouldn't take him. But in a white suburb, they wouldn't bat an eye at him. I don't know. This is just how I've been in the similar experience, and I did have a mixed Hispanic friend who was looked super white, and again, no one batted an eye at him there. When it comes to the mixed area in America, it tends to only be with black and white. But I'm just pointing out how the suburbs work. So I don't know if that one is there, but
was your biggest.
I'm not
thing.
one of them, dude. Like this is the life I've lived.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm not saying that I've got a boot on my neck. I'm saying you need to understand that there are people who have
redneck area. If we go up to the truck stop up the block, nobody's looking at you like, get that guy. You know.
I didn't say they were.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you put somebody else in there, they're looking at you funny. You're good. You're good. You go to the airport, they're not pulling you over because they
no. That's bullshit.
So see, this is where he goes off the rail, and that comment making him go off the rail was completely unnecessary. And this is where shit's gonna start to escalate, right? So I'm
they pull you over?
Yes.
Because you look like what?
Yes,
look like
motherfucker.
What do you look like?
I get randomly flagged every fucking time I go to the airport.
See, because what reason?
So fuck if I know.
Because you look like what?
Fuck if I know, dude.
You really heard
I
it
got
then.
yeah, because I get it fucking every single time I go, and you are a racist dude
You're
who
the
says I couldn't
racist.
possibly understand every fucking time I go to the airport. I'm randomly screened.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell if RA at this point it is actually laughing at him or is just laughing at how angry he's getting over something that was so simple. Okay? As much as he has flown, I have a hard time believe he's getting flagged every single time. I'm just saying. I don't ride planes much. I haven't really. Like, I'll actually drive from state to state. But I've gotten stopped every time. But that's probably because my name is Middle Eastern. I don't have one drop of Middle Eastern blood in me, but my name originates from there. So they see the name and go, you've been randomly selected. Anyway, but I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's the
Every
beanie.
time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh.
I go to the UK, they put 4 S's.
What are you screaming for?
I'm screaming because
Because what?
when
Because
I
you're hurt that you're a white boy?
I'm hurt because
Okay, that was an unnecessary comment that wasn't helping the situation. So I'm not with Ore on that and laughing at him because it's just making it worse. But like in that scenario, I wouldn't throw out a comment like that because I already know this is going to accelerate everything that's going on.
you're a racist
Yeah, there you go.
and you have this arrogance
Yeah.
and elitism
Yep.
that you know better than everybody, that you're the white savior, that
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
be in the struggle for the poor brown people.
No,
So if I recall, I believe I gotta check. RA has ties to the black community in a way. Just because you're white doesn't mean you have no ties there. I mean, I dated a girl once, blonde hair, blue eyes. She lived in South Central her entire life, in like the blackest part of South Central, and went to like a majority black school, and she got it. The white savior is usually referring to those white shitlib types, right? That live in the suburbs that talk about how much they care about the black community, and then they push ideas, their stupid, neoliberal ideas that actually hurt us. And they're sort of the ones who are like, we love black people, we care about their struggle, as long as they stay away from us. As long as they're not moving into our neighborhood, then it's like, that tends to be the white savior stereotype. Just for clarification, because I think Tim is wrong on that one. That's not what that is.
And then every fucking time, no, bro, no, listen to what I have to say. When I say something like, when I'm being polite, when I'm
okay, I wanted to stop right there because you see, that's where Ra gave him the first warning, right? Let's just lower your voice. That's the first warning, because now you can tell things are getting heated. Both are starting to get disrespectful, and this would be the point where Tim should have been like, "You're right. Let's bring him back," but he didn't. So
I'm being polite to you.
Lower your voice first.
When I'm being
and talk
polite
like
to you,
a motherfucking human.
when I'm being polite to you,
Yeah.
and then I say I deal with this problem, and then you laugh at me, dude.
Yeah, I laugh sometimes.
You're a racist.
Yep, no, it's not racist.
Yes,
when
it
we're
is,
talking
dude.
about systematic racism in America, and then you go, my struggle is this, to discredit the struggle of the black man and the black woman. That's what you
I
that's what you
literally
do.
just said
But
they
every
have it
time
worse
we
than I
talk-
do. I
when
literally.
okay, so Tim has discredited the struggle of black people, but not in the way RA is explaining here. That's the problem. He's actually, it's like he's half right. So, and we're gonna go into that in a second because I'll show you where he's half right. But him laughing at any kind of racism that Tim has experienced, that's not okay, right? So I understand why he's getting more heated, but this was after RA was saying bring it down. So I understand why Tim is mad here, because if I brought up any of my experience and like say some like white ignorance start telling me, oh, that didn't happen, that's all a myth, that was in your head, you didn't interpret it right, like, yeah, I'd probably start getting really irritated too.
Really just said
Yeah,
they
I
have it
know.
worse than
That
do.
was the facade.
You're just,
that
bro.
was the facade to not take away from the
Facade?
struggle. Yes, it was like, yeah.
Admitting outright, saying straight up, bro.
And your Jesse Smollett hoax. You
Oh,
made up this whole
please,
story
dude.
about white supremacists coming to your house and saying, "Oh, the mixed couple," and throwing racist pamphlets at you, and you made up a whole Jesse Smollett thing.
Yeah, see, that's where I think RA went way out of line. That's where he got way out of line. Like, bringing up issues that you went through and then just kind of like dismissing it and saying, "Oh, you made that up." Yeah, if I was in Tim's position, that's actually where I may have popped off right there. But he popped off at the weirdest comment, which was the airport. I don't get that one. But they had a lot of disagreements. I think this was the pent-up anger building up over the course of the discussion. But yeah, RA is way off on that one.
You know,
I've been
and
noticing,
that's the takeaway from the struggle of the black man.
it seems like we're blending between
No, you're a
generalizations.
racist prick. Here's my hour-long documentary
And
about the black struggle in Ferguson.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah. Oh, great. $100,000 budget. James Baldwin interviews with people on the ground to talk about what they've been through, and you have the nerve to come up to me and tell me my experiences don't matter when I'm fighting the fight.
Screaming, bitch.
Okay, I want to back that up for a second. That's not relevant. I'll quote Eddie Murphy to what have you done for me lately, right? Because the things Tim have said later on were pretty much different and demeaning to what RA would refer to as the struggle of the black man, and I'm going to show you in a second. But I got to show you. This is where he gives them the second warning.
Come up to me and tell me my experiences don't matter when I'm fighting the fight.
Stop screaming, bitch. Stop screaming. First of all.
Okay, see, that was the second warning that Tim's getting out of line, getting too much. Stop screaming, bitch. That was his second one. He already said bring it down. Well, most people, when they're arguing, two men are arguing, that's where they go, you're right. Let's bring it back, right? And we maintain that calmness. So that was his second warning.
Talk to me like because I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
Talk
you are.
normal.
You
I'm not
are.
that
You
guy.
actually are, dude.
Yeah.
You are that guy.
I'm talking about I'm not that guy to fucking scream at, bitch. You want to get fucked up? Huh?
All right.
What the fuck you screaming at, bitch?
Let's calm down.
You gotta cut it, man.
You think you can?
I'm not that guy. You don't disrespect me, bitch.
What did you do to me? Did you?
Okay, so see, this is where Tim, I don't think he knew what he did, and how disrespectful what he said was. When he's saying I'm not that guy, what he's referring to is I'm not that guy you can punk and disrespect and get away with it. That was his third warning thing. You don't disrespect me, you need to bring it back. I am not somebody you can punk, okay? And then Tim and Lydia foolishly say, you are that guy. I don't know if they were referring to, I think Tim thought he was referring to maybe, I don't know, some woke idiot or something. I think that's what Tim meant. But yeah, so he did call him a punk he can just disrespect. So at that point, RA's like, I especially find it surprising because Tim says he grew up in a poor area, so he should know what this means. He should know what that means. You don't challenge somebody like that. That's asking for a fight. That statement right there was basically asking for a fight. That's why he has to get up and assert that he needs to tell him, okay, well then, we're gonna fight. Because now I've told you I'm not that guy. You said I am, so now I have to show you I'm that guy, right? So we had three warnings, and kept going. And this is why I don't blame RA for this part, because you can't allow people to disrespect you that way. At that point, because that's how men interact, right? When two men are disagreeing, the underlying threat of violence is there, and that's what helps keep each other in line. Because I've been in these situations where we have to tone it down and go, okay, bring it back. And, we'll be like, you're right. Let's bring it back. And then everything's calm again, and we can still disagree and be calm. So I actually don't blame RA for that.
Disrespect me?
Nah, you start raising
your
voice to me like I'm some sucker.
Did you laugh at me?
Bitch. Yeah, laugh.
Did you disrespect me? I was nice to you, bro. I was being nice.
You can tell Tim is scared right there, because I think he didn't intentionally do that. He didn't know what he said. I think he didn't know what he said.
Your voice to me like I'm your son, bitch?
You raised your voice to me? Bro, I said, I respected you.
You wouldn't shut the
I
fuck up
appreciated
with that
you.
raising your voice shit.
I stopped when you told me to. You said, lower your voice, so I lowered my voice.
He didn't. Or if he did, like you saw, it was like barely. He doesn't understand what that means. So, dude, just stop making excuses.
I told you I respected you coming. It was a good show. I said I respected you willing to admit when you got things wrong. Bro, I have put so much of my life into this. Look at this.
I watch your videos. I already watched your video. No, I see your videos.
You don't.
No, I see your video. Yeah, you're gonna say, look, this is the non-racist thing. But meanwhile, you have videos promoting Derek Chauvin and acting like he was in the right. You have videos of that. You have videos of the other guy. You have videos of the other. You have videos of the other guy.
Two guys.
Armory. And you go,
guys.
oh, but they grabbed the pistol, defending them, killing a black man in the streets, and he ran for them and giving excuses.
2 guys.
You have these videos, so all of this shit doesn't matter.
Okay, so this is where I think RA is actually in the right, but I don't think he's having trouble explaining why he's right. So I will give you a quick breakdown of how RA is right. Like I said, I just don't, he's not used to sort of a political argument or political breakdown of these things. So you can already see throughout the Ahmaud Arbery case, Tim Pool lied about it, like crazy lied about it. You want? I have almost an hour-long video breaking down his lies in that video. And yes, they were lies and not misinformation, because I caught him lying. I caught him cutting out information and changing the information later to something that wasn't said or something that was addressed in the case. So this is where RA is completely correct. Now, Chauvin, I didn't make a video on Chauvin, but I will give you an example real quick of how he lied about Chauvin too. Because he admitted very important information to the right, and then the right were mimicking his talking points, and they didn't understand because they didn't get the full view. So, Tim has said that the damning evidence he thought for why Chauvin wasn't responsible for the death was the defense brought in that doctor, the coroner, who was looking at the video and then said, I can't determine the point of death. Okay. So, what he left out was, he didn't leave out that that coroner was under investigation at the time for covering up another instance of police brutality. He was under investigation at that time for manipulating the cause of death to cover for the police. He didn't tell you that, which is pretty critical information because that shows this witness is not a reliable witness. 2, the prosecutor brought on the breathing doctor, right? And he could pinpoint every question that was asked about him. And they went through the video step by step and asked the breathing doctor a question every step of the way. He had an answer for it. Whereas the other coroner, the coroner was just like, I don't know, I can't tell. Do you see how when he left those pieces of information out, it really changes the context of it kind of blows holes in his argument of how that's the damning evidence that Chauvin is innocent. Which again shows he's bootlicking for police. He continued without my video, outside of my video, he made another video where he refers to Ahmaud Arbery and he defends the McMichaels and says he doesn't think it was racially motivated or that they're racist. And I said, interesting, because Waukesha, you had all that guy's social media and all the racist things he said about white people. And I found that very interesting that with the McMichaels, you didn't look that up because we have his text message, we have his social media posts, and they're all over media. You can find them on left-wing media. They pulled them up, and he would refer to Ahmaud Arbery as the suspect. He was a suspect, right? And he was the least likely suspect in the bunch, which everyone around knew at the time. And again, Tim Pool didn't left out the 3 white suspects. And I bet people who only watched Tim Pool's coverage for Ahmaud Arbery didn't know about the white couple with the bags who were the primary suspects. His logic for his suspicion was he was a black man in a neighborhood he didn't belong in. And that's why he was suspicious or the suspect. He's also said, I thought he took the gun. 0 evidence. And this is what RA means when he's saying, what you're saying is taking away from the struggle of the black man, right? He's saying when we have these incidents like this, right? And this is a serious problem for us. And you just belittle it and lie about it. And then what happens is you get these right-wing ignorants who repeat it. That harms us. Okay? You can bring up your documentary from 7 years ago, but again, to quote Eddie Murphy, what have you done for me lately? Understand?
Matter.
No, of course not.
A decade of work doesn't matter.
No,
because
because lives were lost by police, and you were there bootlicking the fucking cops.
100% true. He did.
I think we should abolish the police.
But you don't. You claim that so you could get away with
Have you
talking
seen my
about
explosive rant where I was screaming at the camera about how they're going to kick your door and lie to defend the state?
Yeah,
I've seen all those. Yeah, but he still doesn't bring up that he was still defending the cops. And when he said that, he was referring to at the time he was referring to those cops and making fun of the bootlicking right wingers who were always saying "Yay, police" while they were violating your rights. Now the police, this isn't a black or white thing. The police oppress everybody in America. Okay, and to make my point clear, all those right wingers that go, nobody's oppressing America. No, you are too. You are too. And I will say, go try and buy a 249 and see what happens. Right? Watch what happens when the police show up your door. What are you going to do? You're going to say, shall not be infringed. And what are they going to do? They're going to be like, I don't care. Right? This politician illegally told me to do that. So you're going to jail, buddy, for doing nothing wrong constitutionally. But I'm just a 2A absolutist. So I'm just saying that's me. I know that some of the right is like somewhat on board with gun control. But anyway.
Yeah, but then I see you defending cops.
You're talking about 2 instances.
Oh, there's more. There's more, I'm sure.
No.
Go to
No. I said when Kim Potter shot him, I said she deserves prison for it.
Okay.
Left out context.
That's good. There you go.
See, you look, bro.
Okay, to point out where Tim completely left out context here, and this pisses me off about him because this is what he does. He leaves out context. He said that at first, and I respected that, and I said, good take. Later, he comes out defending Kim Potter and saying that she's only going to jail because of a political push, right? And that she was dumb for being a cop at the time of this defund the police movement, which didn't mean abolish the police. That's just a right-wing talking point. Later, he was bootlicking for Kim Potter, right? Saying this is all political. And I'm like, no, he accidentally killed someone. That's manslaughter. Okay? I don't... Look. If that was you or me, and we accidentally shot somebody, if they were fleeing and say, like, we shot them on accident or any other situation, you and me would go to jail for manslaughter for a very long time. So the police should be held to the same standard. If you make a mistake that's fatal, you should be held responsible for it. That was not Tim's latest position. If you've watched his later videos on Kim Potter, which I have. So yeah, that's the quick breakdown. I just wanted to just break down where I think RA was right, where Tim was wrong, and why RA had to do what he had to do, and why I think that was fine. I don't think RA necessarily knew that Tim didn't know what he was talking about, but if I was in his situation, I might have not either, and I may have gotten mad too. So, it's a bit more complicated than just yes or wrong. And then I wanted to highlight where I think RA had some good points, but he couldn't articulate them very well.